say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Crooked Line Racing Super Late Model Series presented by USAFirearms.com. It's the Battle at the Beach 125 tonight at Myrtle Beach. Qualifying is already underway. Jason Day goes top of the board with his second lap around the track, but Brandon Elvis is going to say not for long as 54 takes over provisional pole, hopping right into it, instantly just jumping right into it. Super excited, hope you are as well at home. As Brandon Elvis going to go one and done. So puts down the first lap, he likes it. He does not do the second. Waiting on somebody else to head back out. I want to thank Joshua Rutherford for the music in the background you're hearing, and for also that great rendition of the national anthem. Shout out Mullet Music Productions for sponsoring all the music you hear here on TSP. As looks like Alex C. Harris is going to roll off here momentarily. As while we're waiting on him, let's jump on board here with Christopher Smith. He's somebody that is really comfortable around Myrtle Beach, or Turtle Beach as it's called in our circle. Look for Chris to be a contender here tonight in that number 80. First lap around going to be P5 for the number 80 of Chris Smith. Going to see if he can get a little quicker here for lap number 2. Very unique style track. It's almost just relatively flat. It feels flat in the car. Hard to get the power off here. Super sharp corners. It's a track with a lot of character. It's a track you either love or you hate. And you don't really talk to anybody in between when it comes to how this track is here on iRacing. As like Brian Zimmerman going to bring the 28 USAFirearms.com Davey Allison replica paint scheme out to the track, starting his qualifying effort here. As also, bear with me, the ticker you see on the side, it's not right. We know SDK. It's the software we use to have our overlays and whatnot. It is being junky, we'll say, just for lack of a better word. Not cooperating today. Zimmy, first lap around, is going to be P9 on the board. Going to have to get a little quicker here for the number 28. Going to be a track that's tough to pass that all night long as he jumps up to second with an 18.04 for the 28. While we have a break in action, let's pull up the point standings here because, man, oh man, it is tight. Brian Zimmerman comes into tonight as the points leader with an 11-point lead over Jason Day Brian Zimmerman's had a fantastic season. 2 race wins, 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and a stat that actually blew my mind. It says Brian Zimmerman has not got a pole, but that's no way that's correct. And then Zach Murphy sitting P3 in the points, Alex E. Harris 4th, and Brandon Elvis, who's sitting provisional pole, he's in 5th in the points. 4 races left to go to claim a champion for season 12 of the Monday Night Madness Crooked Line Racing Series, as late qualifying has concluded. Get that off our screen. Let's get that grid rocking and rolling for the USAFirearms.com Battle at the Beach 125. Brandon Elvis, it's his home track. He's going to be the favorite out here tonight, without a doubt. He's going to be starting in the P1 spot, leading the charge. Brian Zimmerman starting outside row number 1, and then inside row number 2 is Jason Day. Finally picked up the win at North Wilkesboro. He's going to be firing off in the 3rd spot. Starting right there to his outside in 4th, it's Alex C. Harris. So your top 5 in points are starting top 4 out here. 5th, going to be Dalton Creech, Tiger King. Then Chance Sapp in the 16, starting to his outside. Inside row number 4 is going to be Brody Mears with Chris Smith starting 8th. 9th is going to be Brad Carpenter in the 31 with Daniel Sweat, Evil Knievel playing gatekeeper to the top 10. 11th, Elvis Coleman Racing's very own Justin Coleman. And then number 14 starting 11th. 12th is Larry Belsky representing Pit Lizard Performance. Jason Bowers in 13th, so you got some Canada brothers right there in 13th and 12th between Larry Bell and Jason Bowers. Zach Murphy, ooh, really far down. Oh, he was last week's winner. He's starting 14th. Kyle the Wildman Wellman's doing race control, and Bradley Hollyfield is playing shotgun to the field. So if my math is correct, if everybody grids up except Kyle the Wildman Wellman, I think we have 15 super late models taken to the battle at the beach. And you already see it, the sun's going down, the lights are coming on. This track, it's going to cool off. It's going to get more grip, and with more grip, what's that mean? We're going to go faster. So turn and burn, folks. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Helps us out a ton here at True Sim Productions. We got 4 different broadcasters working damn near 7 nights out of the week, it feels like, to bring you action. Hit the sub button. Never miss a single lap of the action. And boy, oh boy, without you folks at home watching, all the fans and the families of our drivers, we would not be able to continue doing this. You all make it way more fun. Let me know out in Viewerland who we have for tonight as well. Who we rooting for, who we pulling for. It's going to be a fun one. Pace car rolls off. It's almost that time. Jason Bauer out in chat says happy 70th birthday to his mom. Easy for me to say, I take it, huh? Happy 70th birthday. I don't know why I'm stuttering and tripping over that. Maybe I'm just excited to go racing. Brandon Elvis going to lead the train to the start-finish line for the first time tonight. Remember, Barney Fife Jr., the flag man, he has control of the initial start of the race. So, Brian Zimmerman, he knows when the leader's going to fly, when he's going to fire off right here. Look for that 28 to be up on the wheel. They can go about 80 laps on a tank of fuel. 85 if they stretch it, maybe 90 if you really save it. So 125 lap race, that tells me pit stops could be in the making tonight and should be in the making tonight unless they have a lot of cautions. All right, pace car's off. Brandon Elvis, Brian Zimmerman, 1-2. As green flag is out. 74 of Alex E. Harris did not get a great launch. 52 did, though. Trying to drive it up to the inside of Brian Zimmerman. Battle's on for P2. On back. Brandon Elvis did his job and did it correctly there. Got the race lead early. Or kept it. Now he just has to worry about Brian Zimmerman, who's making actually a little bit of a hard charge on the outside. We got to run the side ticket tonight, folks. I apologize. I'll run the top one when I can. As good little battle going on here between these top two. Side by side for the race lead. Brian Zimmerman may have the advantage here at the line. He does indeed. Lap lead goes to the number 28 camp. 54 car, though. He's not going to back off. It's a battle of race position right now. As a little bit of contact between the 54 and the 28 as they go down the backstretch. Coming here to Broadway, 54 is going to have the advantage once more. Another lap left for the 54. Now the 52 is also trying to put his name up in the hat. Got a three-car battle for the race lead. Brody Mears laying in fourth like a snake in the weeds. Just watching. Nice close racing here at Myrtle Beach. Brian Zimmerman letting it all hang on the outside. Watches really high there in the 28. Allows the 52 to really cut down on the exit of the corner and make up some ground on the 28. The 28 just needs to try to get down as soon as it can. Gets into the outside wall a little bit too. Jump on board with Brian Zimmerman here. Trussville, Alabama. You see how hard it is here on this outside lane. As able to get down though, so that's exactly what he needed there. Got down in the P2. Jason Day may have cut him a break there. Allowed the 28 machine down. Now the 43 of Brody Mears, he scored the 72 on timing and scoring. 43 on the side of his car, Derek Thorne. He's somebody I'm watching right here. He's always pretty fast here at Myrtle Beach. He's running fourth. We know he can get excited behind the wheel, right? He's still young, got a lot of learning to do, a lot of laps to log, a lot of seat time he's going to need. But he's bad fast, currently holding down P4. Whoa! Getting a little loose there as we're talking about it. Top three, though, all nose to tail. Separated only by about 2/10. And if you look at their lap times comparable, top three, they're all on top of each other. Brody Mears was actually faster 2 laps ago than the top three. Then we saw that big wiggle out of Brody Mears in the 43 coming out of the exit of 2. That 54 car, he's no stranger to Myrtle Beach. Logged many of laps here. He's watched many of laps here. As cautions on the Speedway. And it's not telling me who, but I think I got a good guess. Dalton Creech was running 5th behind Brody. What happened there? Oh, no. Oh, so Dalton. A self-incident, and holy cow. Alex D. Harris coming there wide open. We saw Alex have a moment right here. Watch this. Ooh. But Dalton by himself. And that's going to make race chatter. Nowhere to go for Alex. Or maybe Alex thought he wasn't going to come out on the wall. Like, I don't know. Hard lick here for the 36 and the 74. Goodness gracious. Unfortunately, Dalton Creek still getting bodied right there. Man, oh man, that was a wild one right there. Very wild. So we did have some takers go down pit road. Zach Murphy, Alex D. Harris, Dalton Creech, Brad Carpenter. 3 of the 4 was involved in an incident right there. They were involved in a wreck. Oh, Chance Sapp down pit road. Chris Smith down. Daniel Sweat in the 07 Evil Knievel machine down. Coleman Design, number 07 Evil Knievel with the 80 of Chris Smith representing Bad Company Racing. So they're basically teammates, or they are teammates, I believe. Both of them still own BCR, so they got a little bit of strategy up their sleeve, I do believe. Gonna take some fuel here. Remember, they're like 40 laps short. Such a shame this track has been tore down, and from last I've heard, it's basically just sitting. Don't quote me on that, and don't try to use that for your useless trivia knowledge of the day, 'cause I don't know for sure, but last I heard, it was still basically just sitting there. Like, the land's not doing, nobody's doing anything with the land. Shoes cone. Jason Day's going to let him hang. He's going to take it to the outside, risk it for the biscuit. 43 car is going to do the same. Look at Larry Bell just jumped up, I believe, 4 spots there by electing to take that outside lane. It's a risk. Same for Jason Day. Now, Brian Zimmerman, he's happy to be on that inside lane. He struggled. He struggled mightily. He did hang on, though. I say he struggled. He only lost his position. But man, oh man, he stayed out there forever. His green flag is out. They're flying right here at us, folks. Look at the jump the 54 car got. 52 car of Day did as well, though, able to slide down in front of Brian Zimmerman. Now the 52 has eyes set forward on the 54. These two are no strangers. They talked this week. Apparently, they've squashed the beef. But they are no strangers to some racing contact, we'll call it. And we're here for it. It's short track racing. That's why we love it. As top 5 to 6 have all gotten settled down. 43 car took it to the outside, started P4, but you see that outside lane, although it can somewhat work, it's tough. It's very tough. So Larry Bell falling back to P6 now. Got Brad Carpenter in the 31. Looking to the inside. 43 is just going to let him win that battle. Not even really fight him, I don't believe. Like he showed him the bottom line. Zach Murphy may have had a little bit of contact with that outside wall. Let's head back up front here. Jason Day still tracking down our race leader right in the tire tracks of the 54. As looks like the 52 is able, or maybe just 54 might be saving, but it looks like the 52 is able to pick up the throttle a touch quicker. You look at him, you see the 52 lunge forward when the 54 is kind of gradually pulling forward. That tells me the 52 is dumping that throttle a lot harder. He's jumping into it. 54 might be rolling into it a little softer. We say all that, and he's getting loose here. Had to go catch the car a little bit. As Brody Mears, Justin Coleman looking to work on Brian Zimmerman. Oh, you saw Justin Coleman there. Had to get on the binder, stay off of Brody Mears, the young gun, jump on board with Coleman. Guy right here's no stranger to this track. He's won a lot of races here at Myrtle Beach as well. In sim racing, I know for certain because he's won a lot of CLR races here. It's always a battle between him and Brandon Elvis here. Right now, he's marred back in the 5th place spot, so he's not somebody racing for points either full time. So he's here strictly for wins. That's what the 14's hunting for. Has the race leader out his window or his windshield. But unfortunately for him, got 4 cars in between him and them. The top 2 are starting to break away a little bit. Let's jump on board with Brian Zimmerman real quick, and let's see if he's trying to save some fuel. Not really. Not really. He might be lifting out a little bit earlier, a touch earlier, but he's not. You can tell he's not fully concentrated on saving fuel. Taking lap number 28, though, this time around. It's been the Brandon Elvis show since the drop of the green flag. Well, since the drop of qualifying, really. Jason Day, though, he's stalking the 54. He's trying to force a mistake out of the 54. I've said this numerous times. The 54, he's not going to give you a whole lot of mistakes. It's creeping down low, though, on the exit. Got to be careful with the turtles down there. They're basically individual speed bumps. They can not only upset the chassis and upset the way the car feels, they can break components on the car. We've seen people break parts out here due to hitting those turtles. I believe Jason Day is trying to surge into the corners a little bit harder than the 54. So I think over time, the 54 is going to have a little bit better tire wear just from the eye test, how it looks outside the car. So hard to tell what these drivers are really facing, what they're managing, what they're doing inside these cockpits from the sky. It is. It's really tough to tell. It don't tell 100% of the story, that's for sure. That's Coleman. We saw this battle earlier, still working over the 43. That's a testament right here to just how hard it is to pass. Now, Go Chain Cowboy to the inside of the young gun kid. Look at Brody, though. Dumps the throttle down. He saw the 14 was going to get clear. He just jumped on the throttle. Luckily for him, it did grab grip right there. It gets right down in front of the 31. And the 31 to go around, had to lift for Brody Mears there. Got the 31 turned. Let's go back and see what happened. I think there's nowhere to go for the 29 machine. A lift about right there. 29 got into the back of him. And Brad don't hold his brakes and rose up to the wall. At least he rode up to the wall. Now let's watch it from Zach Murphy's point of view. He just couldn't see exactly what's going on. Good. As very, very, very busy pit road. Brandon Elvis, Justin Coleman, Chris Smith, and Jason Bauer all stayed out on the racetrack. As now Brandon Elvis comes in off sequence here. As maybe the pitch was not open for him, but he might lose the lead here due to that. Well, Justin Coleman and Chris Smith, they actually stayed out as well. So Chris pit on lap number 13. Go Chain Cowboy, Justin Coleman, who scores our race leader. He has not seen pit road yet. Neither has Jason Bauer. Number 9, the Dodge, the third place car. He has not went down for service yet either. So now, what happened with Brandon Elvis? He's all the way, he's dead last now. Pit off sequence. And he's not dead last. Well, he scored his 13th, though. 12th. So he's going to have his work. Well, it looks like he's getting some spots back. Maybe that was just Zach Murphy was the at-fault caution. I'm not sure. It's something to keep tabs on, though. I believe Elvis is going to be marred all the way back in the back of the pack. Maybe not all the way back. He's starting 10th, though, it looks like. So that's going to... We're going to find out what the 54 really has. We know he's bad fast here. He was fastest in practice. He qualified on the pole, and he's led every lap up to this point. Now he's going to face a little bit of adversity. What can a 54 car do? I know one thing. He's going to utilize this choose comb the best to his ability. You see him coming to choose right here. Ryan Zimmerman elected to go high. Daniel Sweat goes high. Chance Sapp goes high. Elvis went high. So I don't think he's really going to gain any spots here by doing it right there. Let's see. It's basically, that is where he would have slotted in at. So when you're that far back, it is hard to use the choose cone to its ability, because by the time it gets back to you, the lines are pretty much equal. All right, Justin Coleman on the loud pedal, 80. Not able to get on it with him. That's going to allow Jason Day, deja vu, just a different driver, side by side here in the battle zone for P2. As Day actually washed up a little bit into the 80. No harm, no foul. They're still racing, elbows out style. As the 80 is trying to get down. Oh, almost like a little Oreo sandwich right there. The 80 had to check up for Day. Then the 28 had to check up for the 80. Just an accordion effect that almost went boom to dynamite. Now Zimmerman, though, you saw that little bobble hurt the momentum on him so bad. You cannot afford any type of issue when you're fighting on that outside lane. You gotta be perfect, and Although it was out of his control, he couldn't do anything with it. He had to lift, stay off that guy. And now he's just now starting to build back the momentum. That's going to allow the 43 around, and now the 28, picture perfect. Got it down low. Did not want to lose any more spots. Brian Zimmerman's in P5. Come back here to the car that led all the laps up to this point. Brandon Elvis, the 54. Got the 74 of Alex C. Harris in front of him. But just not able to really go anywhere. If he's faster than the 6 in front of him, it's hard to tell, right? Because you're just marred right there in traffic, and you can only go the pace of the guy in front of you. Daniel Sweat, though, having a great race right now. Up 4 spots since he hit the grid. Started 10th. He's up to 6. But our biggest mover thus far of the night, Go Chain Cowboy. He's leading them around this flat, abrasive racetrack known as Myrtle Beach. But for how much longer? Because the 52 car, he's stalking. He's looking to the inside. Coleman, he knew. He saw the 52 edging down. He defended that line to perfection. That's going to allow the 52 car, though, to fall back, rethink it, reevaluate, try again in a minute. See, it's not an instant process. It takes time. You got to work it. That's right there to the back bumper. He is trying to work it, trying to force a mistake out of Coleman, but Coleman, just like Elvis, his teammate, not going to have a whole lot of mistakes out of those two. But Maple Leaf Muscle trying to force a mistake out of the 14. He gets right there to the back bumper, has to check up, lay off a little bit. That allows the 14 to reestablish a little bit of real estate between him and Jason Day. But I don't think the 14 can hang on much longer. As he's poking to the outside, looking to the inside. 52, as a race car driver, it's hard not to get frustrated and aggravated right here. But the 14, newsflash, doing nothing wrong. We're racing hard. But the 52, he smells it. He smells blood in the water. He sees he's a little quicker. He's able to rotate, able to fire off these corners a little bit quicker. He smells blood in the water, folks. It's a matter of how long. Now, if Coleman can hold on for another 15, 20 laps, well, then their tires are going to start to become equal. Because once they fall off to a certain point, they don't really fall off a lot more after that. So Coleman's just trying to bide his time right now. Watching the laps click off. Getting some TV time. It was almost I know for a fact it was 2 full super late model seasons that Jason Day went without a race win. I think it was almost 2 years. This is what I think I heard him say. Finally got the monkey off his back. Got the race win at North Wilkesboro. We're 2 races later. He's looking like he's trying to get himself another one. So the 52 might be hitting prime form here, folks. And that's it's great to see because he's one of the ones in the championship hunt right now. 11 points outside of our points leader. As caution on the Speedway. Oh no. The 54 car of Elvis was involved. Wet was involved. Let's go back and see what happened. Maybe. Oh, it started with Brody. What happened here? Brody. Ooh, Zam just got in the back on it, looks like. Ooh, Brody getting to the back of the wall. I stand corrected. Nowhere for the 54 to go. The 07. As another busy pit road. Watch this from Elvis' point of view. He had nowhere really to go. He had to guess, and you get like a 50% chance either high or low, right? If you guess right. It's hard. He never even saw Brody, actually. That is wild. Never saw Brody. He has no idea anything's happening up there. Now that's a tough break for the 54. As Jason Bauer, number 9, going to take the race lead. Hell yeah, we're here for it. I'm glad to see it. Jason Bauer went back, or last went down pit road on lap number 36, as I believe he's going to pit here. As got him a lap lead, though. And that's going to give the race lead over to Larry Belsky. Jason Day's going to be firing off right there behind him. So you got some tires out here in the mix now. Some 2 tires. I think your first 4-tire call was Chris Smith, but it's so hard to tell in these super lates exactly. I believe Choose Cone will be this time by. Camera right here. As it will be, I believe. All these people taking the outside lane. Larry Bell's the leader. Is Larry Bell down on power or something? And I don't know. And you could have gained spots by taking the inside if you were Brian Zimmerman or Alex E. Harris, but they did not. They elected not to. Allowed Zach Murphy to take the inside. Oh, well, we're here for it no matter what. Field's going to be in the hands of the 43 car on the low side. Jason Day, Maple Leaf Muscle to his outside. These guys are friends in real life. They know each other. But right now they're foes on the racetrack. As Larry Bell gets on the lap pedal and we're off. 43 and 52 both get great launches there. Oh, a little bit of contact between them. So they both fired off really fast, but fighting for the same real estate as they went down into 2. Now Jason Day already looking to the inside of 43. 43, if he can get down right here pretty quick, he can fall in line, take over P2. Zach Murphy, Alex T. Harris, they're also battling right here for the 3rd place spot, but this battle for the lead's heating up. More contact. That's going to push the 43 back. It's going to allow the 52 to set sail. As 29 now trying to fight with the 43. This is what the 43 did not need. He wanted, or he needed to get down low to maintain the positions. Alex C. Harris, he smells blood in the water. He's trying to fill in the hole. Zimmy had to lift to stay off the 74. Man, oh man, there's action going on everywhere around this racetrack. And your would-be leader, Brandon Elvis, back in 10th. Justin Coleman back in 9th. So heartbreak for the Elvis Coleman Racing Camp. But the night is still young. Lots of laps left here. 125 laps around Myrtle Beach. We are taking lap number 63, this time by the stripe. Folks, let's get loud in here. Let's crank it up a little bit. The cameras are not optimal for crank it up. Well, let's crank it up anyways. Folks, it's going to get loud. So headset users, please beware. We'll be back momentarily.
pole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one.
3 laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
Shut up and sit down.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at Myrtle Beach for the Battle at the Beach 125, presented by USAFirearms.com. Thank you all for the extended little break right then. I had to do some technical difficulty things on the back end. You haven't missed a lot. 52 car, stand front and center, but Zach Murphy in P2. He is called our race leader during that break, and he is working on the tail end of the race leader. Zach Murphy trying to go back to back. He won last week. Going to try to back that up with a race win this week. But going to have to get around the 52. Maple Leaf Muscle out front right now. Go through the field here. Alex C. Harris leading Zimmy. Trying to catch our top two of Zach Murphy and Jason Day. Brian Zimmerman right there behind him in P4. Brad Carpenter having a quiet night thus far. And quiet is good, like I always say. Running fifth. Brandon Elvis charging back. He's trying to get back up there to the front. We saw him do this now twice. He started to make his way up to the front. Accident happened in front of him. Nothing he could do. That put him to the back. Climb back up to 6. So he is definitely moving forward. I just don't know if the time is there for him. He's got some tough, fierce competitors to get around here, and I don't see it happening, but he shocked me many times prior. Daniel Sweat is in 7th in the 07. Dalton Creech in 8th. I was expecting Creech to fire off a little quicker here tonight, but still solid top 10 night for Creech. Old Tiger King. Chris Smith, he's also somebody I feel the same way. He's running P9 right now. Justin Coleman, P10. Larry Bell got up there and led some laps, but I guess the car was hurt because he is falling all the way back to 11th. Same can be said for Jason Bauer. He's back in 12th. Oh, and Brody Mears out here. Laps down, but still turning laps. Is something we like to see out of the kid. Ooh, Jason Day's opened it up over Zach Murphy a little bit. We click back over, and 29 was not even in the picture frame there. Gonna be 25 laps to go when our race leader Jason Day crosses the stripe. They all should have plenty of fuel. If they do not, that was a mistake on their end. Comes down to just strictly laps. Everybody's basically used their tires, the ones that are going to take them. We did have some take 4. Our race leader all the way back to P6. Looked like they took 2 tires, except for Brandon Elvis, who's now up to P5. So, whoa, got a little loose right there. But now up to P5, just past Brad Carpenter. Let's jump on board with Elvis, see what he's seeing out the windshield. Well, you can see the leader up there. I mean, Elvis plainly sees the leader out the windshield. That always makes the rabbit run a little bit faster. I just don't know if there's enough time left. They're doing about a lap every 19 seconds, 22 laps to go. He's only, comparing the lap times, he was actually slower than our race leader, but just by a smidge. Fast car on the track last time around was our race leader, man, front and center, Jason Day. Second fastest lap, though, was a 74 of Alex C. Harris. But man, oh man, these guys are all right on top of each other in regards to pace and how the lap times are shaking out on this green flag run here. I think Brandon could possibly get a podium finish. I'm going to ask a lot of his tires to get up there. He's currently about a 1.5 seconds back off Alex C. Harris here in front of him. $19 laps to go now. Alex C. Harris, hold the phone. He's tracking down second place Zach Murphy. Zach Murphy's falling back off Jason Day some now. 17 laps to go. Jason Day just needs to be smooth here on out, but Zach Murphy losing the pace a little bit here. Alex has got it under a second, under half a second now. The 74 car, he's getting ready to be in the same frame as the 29. As I think we're getting ready to have a battle hot and heavy for P2. Maybe even P3, because Zimmerman, he's lurking right here. Brian Zimmerman, he comes into tonight as the points leader. Second place in the points, Jason Day. Third place in the points, Zach Murphy. And fourth place in the points, Alex C. Harris. Well, Alex is right there in front of him. Zach Murphy's 2 in front of him. Jason Day's 3 in front of him. So those 3 can gain some points over our points leader, Brian Zimmerman, here. If they finish how they run with 15 laps to go, going to be 14 next time by the stripe. As Alex has got it down to 4/10 here. So he's definitely the eye test and the lap test. It does not fail. He's faster. He's catching the 29. Will he be able to execute the pass on the 29? 29's not going to roll over and let him have it. Never has, never will. And that's why we love him. It's Jason Day. Put a parachute on this car and he'd still be one of the fastest out there. He's been on rails since he's unloaded. Qualified 3rd. He may not have been the fastest car earlier. Elvis, I think, had him beat in that department, but you don't always got to be the fastest car. Got to put the whole race together. Something happened with Elvis when he pit. He pit a lap after everybody else. We don't know why, but we saw it happen. Jason Day kept the car clean and was there when it mattered in the end. It's going to be 10 laps to go for Maple Leaf Muscle. He just has to be smooth. He don't even have to worry about being fast. Battle is getting ready to be hot and heavy for P2 as Alex has got it down to 3/10 now. So he's gaining about 2 to 3 tenths per lap. Or 2 to 300, excuse me, per lap. But he's not catching him at a big rate as he drives it off in there deep right then. I'm telling you, the Rabbit, you run harder and harder the closer you get to that guy in front of you, especially when he's full position. You see the back brake loaders of the back brake rotors of the 29, they are glowing red hot. That means he's applying a lot of brake pressure here, trying to get the car wound up, get the car slowed down. And the 74. Make the pass on the 29 here. 29's actually into the wall, so a little bit of a mistake. Lapse of focus there out of the 29 maybe. Having to watch that mirror. I tell you who loves this, Jason Day, man, front and center. He loves to see those two getting closer to Zach Murphy. That means Murphy's getting ready to have a battle in his hands. Murphy goes up a little bit higher as it looks like Alex, he can rotate the bottom a lot better, a lot cleaner, and a lot faster than the 29 as he's there. Almost put the bumper to him right then. Going to be 6 laps to go, or 7 to go, excuse me. And now Zimmerman to the inside of the 74. As Zimmy got tired of waiting, he jumps to the inside of 74, going to try to put his name in the hat for the number 28 to see if he can get around the 29. But I think the 29 is exactly what he needed. Now 6 laps to go. Can he hold on to P2? He's definitely struggling. He's about a tenth slower per lap than the 3 cars around him, excuse me. Can he hang on? 5 laps to go. Meanwhile, while this is going down, Jason Day, Maple Leaf Muscle, slowly but surely creeping away a little bit each and every lap. And 28, I mean, folks, he's there. But what can he do with it? Still not all the way there on that back bumper, 4 laps to go. As that time by, Jason Day, our race leader, was actually pretty far off the pace, it looked like. But he's definitely backed the pace down, just trying to get there to the end. He pitted about 70 laps to go, so the tires are starting to wear not only for our race leader, but for the entire field. And that's what we're seeing here with the 29 car. That's why he's back, or allowed the 28 and the 74 to catch him. But you see the 74 not able to hang. He started to fall back a little bit. But still P4 for Alex. That's a strong night. As Zimmy, whoa, wanted to make the move right then. Had to get on the binder, shot the car slow way up and shoot way up. That's where he got on the brakes. Going to be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go, Zimmy. He's looking high. He's going to try to pull the crossover move, see if he can get the power down in the 28. 29 gets a perfect exit, though, out of turn 2. 28 car, though, he is looking. He's poking his head around the corner of the 29. 29 is going to defend it here. He drives it down low. As 28 had to check way up right there. as it's going to be Jason Day down the backstretch for the final time here tonight for the Battle at the Beach 125. As Jason Day is going to pick up race win number 2, and it's broadcasted this time. Zach Murphy holds on for second place, and Brian Zimmerman brought the car home P3. Alex E. Harris in 4th, and Brandon Elvis brought the car home in 5th after leading some laps early. So shout out to Maple Leaf Muscle. I know he's going to be happy about this one. Got him a race win. Got it on broadcast. He went seasons without winning. Picks up the win 2 weeks ago at North Wilkesboro. Back in victory lane here for the 52, and it's a pleasure to call it. This winning moment is brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. If you like real life short track racing, grassroots style racing, check out BAM Racing Videos over on YouTube.com. He's going to park it rightfully where he belongs. Right there in victory lane for Maple Leaf Muscle. All right, let's see if we can get caught up with a few of the drivers here. Brian Zimmerman, he brought the car home P3, so we're going to talk to him first. Mr. Brian Zimmerman, you got a copy?
I got you, bud. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Man, it feels weird even calling you Brian Zimmerman. But talk to me about those last few laps. You look like you were a little quicker than 29, just not able to have the time.
Yeah, just I probably needed 10 more laps. I think we were pretty quick there at the end. We did a good job saving early, but yeah, it's just so hard to get a pass here. A couple of times I could get my nose there, but it was just I wasn't gonna get around Zach with only that many laps to go after catching him. We needed probably about 10 more laps to work him over.
We saw you peeking. There was a few times that you were there. Door kind of got close. Thought maybe the old chrome horn Zimmy was going to come out, but it didn't. Well, brother, you brought the car home P3. You came into tonight as a points leader. So you may have lost a few points today. I think you had 11-point lead over him. So you lost naturally 2 points here for sure because he won and you got third. But still been a brilliant season for the 28. Who we got to thank, brother?
Well, thank you guys for always doing the broadcast, the Five Kings guys, and you, Tanner Marr, for just sitting up there in the booth, sacrificing seat time to broadcast and carry on the league here at Crooked Line Racing. We appreciate what you do. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Andrew, and his brother, Jonathan. They're always watching. We appreciate their support, and just appreciate everybody in the league here coming out, having a good race on 3 cautions at around a tough track, too. This track can breed a lot of cautions, but everybody was real respectful tonight. Raced hard, but clean. So shout out to everybody in the race tonight.
I second that, brother. Well, thank you, Zimmy, and congratulations, brother, on your P3.
Thanks, man. You have a good evening.
Yes, sir. As we know, Andrew is for sure out there watching in viewer land. He always is. So shout out, Andrew. And shout out everybody tuning in the way y'all do. We sure do appreciate it. Let's see if we can find our second place driver here. See if we can get caught up with him. It is none other than last week's winner. Came from dead last. Brought the car up in the second. Actually looked like he was going to be the race winner for a long time. Did battle, but still brought the car home second. Zach Murphy, got a copy, brother.
I got you, butts.
Talk me through the night, brother. It looked like there at the end, Zimmy may have been a touch faster. You're sitting there trying to hold on second. You did it too. A brilliant job. Talk me through it, brother.
Yeah, I was, like you said, starting from the back there. It was a little bit of a battle at the first part of the race, just trying to, stay out of people's way or stay out of trouble. Unfortunately, I ended up getting into Brad there. I didn't really know what I was thinking, but so I went back to the back again and then worked our way up through. I was able to pit kind of when I had that caution, so got some fuel. I think that helped us jump people when everybody else took their pit stop. And then that track position definitely helped. Like you said, I think Zimmy was probably a little faster there at the end. I burned my stuff up. I thought I had a chance on Jason there for a minute and then slowly slipped away. And next thing you know, I was pushing like a dump truck and Zimmy and Alex were closing. So glad to bring it home P2. And yeah, congrats to Jason on the win.
Absolutely. As Zach, you've had a great season. You're only 14 points out from the points title or being the points leader. You came in tonight third, so you gained a point for sure on Zimmy It's been a great season for you, like I said. 2 race wins, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s. Add on to that because it's 6 top 5s now. So the 29 car's been bad fast. I look forward to talking to you the rest of the season. I know we will. But who we got to thank for the 29 car, boss?
Yeah, we'll thank all you guys over at True Sim Productions for the broadcast. Thank everybody at Crooked Line for the league. We'll thank Whitney Automotive on the side of the car, and we'll thank the wife for letting me come down and do this.
The wife is a real MVP in this whole ordeal. I can promise you that.
Yeah, she sure is.
For all of us. Well, congratulations, Zach, on the P2, brother.
All right, bud. Take care.
You too. All right, boys. Then there was one. I didn't think he could do it. He said he couldn't do it when it was broadcasted. We talked about him all damn night, and he put that damn thing in victory lane. Jason Day, live in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you inherited the lead of around the midway point, right? Or no, yeah, you did. And then y'all pit. You had to go back up there, fight again, get the lead. But then once you got it the second time, you never looked back. Talk me through your night, buddy.
Yeah, felt like I was pretty quick here. I was quicker in practice than I thought I was going to be. I know Brandon's really, really, really good here, so I was just kind of setting my pace with him starting early in the race. Felt like I had something for him right away. On long runs, I was able to stay with him for that first, whatever we did, 36 laps. And then I made a call to pit so I could have enough fuel to go to the end if we did go green the rest of the way. And then we had another quick caution, I think after about 20 laps. I think we were lap 55, 56, somewhere in there. And I said, I just had a feeling we were going to go the rest of the way green. So I went in for my right side tires, and it worked out. Sometimes the strategy just works and sometimes it doesn't. 10 more laps, I probably wouldn't have won that race. I think Alex and Zimmy were coming. I pushed way too hard when we got going again on lap like 60 or whatever it was, to keep Zach away from me. And yeah, I think I burned up a little bit more than I wanted to, but I think I still would have made it tough for those guys. But 10 more laps, I probably would have had to give it up. But it was only 125 laps, not 135, so that's
right.
all works out. So
right, and I don't think so. I think you had them. Now maybe if a long run came, maybe I don't know, but I think 10 more laps, I think you're good because we were monitoring lap times, and once you got out to the front, you basically kept it. You kept whatever was there basically. So the points are in, Jason Day, and man, oh man, you and Zimmy are now tied at 470 total points. So this just got really interesting for the final 4 races of the season, brother.
that's crazy. I would never expect that after the start I had to this season.
Right. Well, hey, it shows. It's a roller coaster, right? It's ups and downs, ups and downs. You're currently on up for sure. 2 race wins and I think 3 races. So hell of a night for you, Jason Day. I'm glad I got to call it. Glad I was here. Glad it was live, so we can always go back and watch it whenever. But I'm pumped for you, brother, to get the race win. Who we got to thank on the 52 car?
Of course, thanks to you, Tanner, for everything you do with the league, running your channel with the True Sim Productions. One of the best, probably. There's a couple of broadcasting outfits out there that I really like, and you're right there at the top for me. I'm a little bit biased because I'm a good friend of yours, but you guys do a great job.
Maybe a little biased, but
a little biased, but you do a great job. You always have great broadcasts. I do try to watch as many as I can. What I'm like for time, but yeah, it's been good. I've had a couple of wins in a couple other series lately, and I feel like things are rolling a little bit more for me right now. It's all about seat time and how much time you're on the sim, right? So the more you're racing, the better, more comfortable you feel. So right now it's been pretty good. But yeah, thanks to you, thanks to everybody at Crooked Line, thanks to Zimmy at USA Firearms for sponsoring the series, and thanks to everybody at my team, our team, your team, Five Kings Motorsports, and all of our sponsors: Leap Performance Industries, Butt Kicker, True Sim Productions, Savage Edge Apparel, BAM Racing Videos, USA Firearms, and I'm gonna throw a plug out there because you haven't seen them, but Moradis racing gloves. I've been using racing gloves now. Sim racing gloves, and they're fantastic. They're really, really good. They're made in Canada here, so support a Canadian company. And yeah, they're sweet. They got about 30 or 40 different patterns. They're really nice. Yeah, they're great gloves. And yeah, just thanks again. Thanks everybody who comes out to watch. And I'm just happy to get another win. I hadn't had a win for 2 seasons, and now I got 2 in 3 weeks, so I'm feeling pretty good about it.
And probably more to come, right? So congratulations, Day. I'm gonna talk to you about the gloves because I really, literally, it's weird how life works. I said Saturday night, I was like, man, I got a hole in my my gloves, so not really new anymore, but they're still new to me. But yep. So thank you for that, and congratulations, everybody. Got you another race win.
No worries. The glove, where their gloves are made, they're pretty much right above you in Canada, so it shouldn't be too bad to ship them down to you either. So
Right on, boss. Right on. Thank you, buddy.
thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Maple Leaf Muscle got him another one here tonight. Pump for the guy, pump for him, because he couldn't happen to a nicer guy, and I mean that, right? There's a lot of people I say a nicer guy, but there's two people in this session that I truly mean that about, and that's Brian Zimmerman and Jason Day, and I'm excited to say I just got to talk to both of them because they both finished in the top 3. So been a fun night. I've enjoyed it. Hope you all have as well. I was trying to get the results tab to pull up, and I couldn't with me. Okay, results tab's not going to work for me, so that's cool. So Jason Day, Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman, that was first, second, and third. Alex E. Harris came home in fourth. Brendan Elvis fifth. Brian Carpenter, Daniel Sweat, and Dalton Creech, that is sixth, seventh, and eighth. Justin Coleman's ninth. Chris Smith brought the car home 10th. Larry Bell's 11th. Jason Bowers 12th, and Brody Mears finished shotgun to the field 13th. Folks, want to thank y'all for tuning in as always. Sadly, All-Star Racing League, it ended last week. Brian Voss, your champion. He won it last week, so we're actually off tomorrow night. We'll be back in action Wednesday night with Alex C. Harris bringing you the Tour Modified action. So don't miss that. And also, shameless plug, Race Chatter this Saturday night. It's going to be a banger. Check it out here on TSP. But till then, it's been Tanner Mara up here in the booth. Till next time. We'll see ya.